To accept the agenda. Are there any more add-ons?
I don't think so. You have any, Kim?
Okay. You want to second it, my friend?
Yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's open the meeting.
Okay, so do we want to do the informal stuff first or the deed?
Yeah.
Well, let's do the
Let's
deed
do the
thing.
deed before.
Before Frank gets here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Carol, there was a call for someone that wanted to be involved with the deed project. Did they, were they told a particular time?
For her property?
Yeah, wasn't somebody interested in
I didn't get it.
showing up? Okay, yep, we can start with that.
It's closed anyway, so.
Right, but they,
I think all we really need to do, if everyone has looked at the deed, it's been to our attorney, and Brandon thought it looked fine, that I just need to make a motion that we accept as written. If somebody second it?
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Let's second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
it goes to the selectmen, I think, next week, and then
And
Yeah.
Planning board.
Planning, yeah. Any comments from anybody on the deed?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Best of luck.
It's spring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Finally.
had to thaw out, right, yeah.
Let's hope the project goes smoothly.
Well, we're hoping it will also.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. You guys have been a delight to work with.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
have.
Thank you.
And I just hope everything goes forward as planned for you.
Well, it's the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
I think
So do you want to go to the RFD now, or?
Oh, we have to wait till 6:30.
No, that's the notice of intent.
I'm sorry, sir. You're right.
We have a couple of informals that we said we'd try to get going
Okay.
at like
Sure.
6:20. We have, or is your person on the way over?
He should be, yeah.
Okay. Are you with Grove Street by any chance? Okay, we could do that one now.
I'd like to wait for Frank on Grove Street, because Frank went out there today.
I don't think he made it. He was hoping to, but I don't think he got there.
Did anyone else go out, or just me?
Just you.
Just me, okay. All right, fine.
Okay, anyway, I get your first name.
Emily.
Emily had called, and this is a house that I guess is up for sale, and it's it was built a long time before any wetland protection laws, and it's built pretty much in the wetland. There's plans to do some major renovations to it, and the question we were asked, if it'd be possible to maybe put an addition on this home and do some cleaning up of some of the things that are in the wetland and falling down. And rather than say, go and file, I suggested coming in and discussing the site and seeing if there can be some possible way to mitigate by cleaning it up and allowing some addition or deck in the buffer area. The whole thing is within 50 feet. I mean, it's really a tough spot, so.
Am I to understand this, you are purchasing this with kind of the condition if you can put an addition on?
Yes, we went to, some of it does not fall within wetlands. I guess I don't entirely know all of the.
Yeah, but there's also a
guidelines
buffer
and
zone.
rules.
I
Right.
guess what I'm trying to get
So
at.
yes, then.
What are you looking to? Are you looking to add on the back or the side?
Can I show you?
Yeah, you can show me.
So the pink is what we would like to do.
Oh, all right, that's what Pat and I were saying today. Eliminate the garage and move it
Move
forward.
the garage forward.
And
It's very dangerous as it stands.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
on
good-
pilings.
Besides that, it's in wetlands.
Right.
okay, I went out there yesterday, and the whole backyard, this is all wet. It's sopping wet now. There's probably 2 feet of water over here in the woods, so I'm very concerned about vernal pools. I understand the house was built long before. It's a new septic system, so we're all set there. And my concern was that there's no way they should be building in the back here.
Right,
because-
encroaching more
Yeah,
on it,
because if you remember, Paul, we've had 2 houses up there on either side of this in the past 2 or 3 years that have been raised and built, but they had to stay on the original footprint They could not go deeper in. And Pat and I actually today, because I was saying, Pat, there's no way that I can be comfortable and let her go in the back. But if
Right.
she wants to eliminate, if they would like to eliminate the garage and
Move it forward.
yeah, and come
Right.
forward and put an addition there.
Right, there'll be less encroachment.
Well, because there's already a garage there,
Right.
so, but she's gonna come forward, that, yeah, but she'd have to file a notice of intent.
Yes.
And so forth and so on. That, you're doing just what I know I'm comfortable with.
And what was asked of me
Yeah.
initially, if I was gonna
And,
consider
you know, this
it.
doesn't mean that after you filed, that we wouldn't, you know, there might be problems or something.
What sort of problem?
Well, you just don't know, because.
Well, like this,
we have
you are
to-
not getting an approval right now without
No,
a
no.
filing
No,
to
we're
do
just
this. It's
trying
just,
to-
the only thing we can tell you is that what you're trying to do is not, like, if you wanted to put a big addition on the back of the house and make the house closer to the wetland, we would say you're gonna have a big problem. This is something that is more likely to be approved
Right,
because
just
it's.
this little-
Right, because you're actually moving away from the wetlands.
We are trying to.
Yes.
See, you're gonna have
This
to
is
have a
in it,
wetland
right?
specialist
Yeah,
go out
so you
there
tear that
and
down, and then they're talking
delineate,
about an
and then we're
addition.
gonna show
Oh.
with the 50-foot
Oh,
buffer.
so they're even
which
coming
I
back
believe
out, so it's not gonna be in the
probably
same
Less
footprint as that?
encroachment,
Oh,
But
okay.
that doesn't matter, because that was before we.
Right.
Frank, how you? How's it going? Okay, so, but this,
Sorry, I'm
Yeah, it goes into the garage,
It's
yeah.
under,
It's,
it's an elevated garage, too.
The second, the back half of it is on
Is on
pilot,
stilts.
like
So-
this.
We're just reading the jacket.
So the bump out is going to be out of that,
yeah, Frank, this is
Our
Grove,
little pink
Oh,
line here.
okay.
and
yeah.
she's
So
thinking
we're
of
barely in.
So you're coming
eliminating the
out.
garage and coming
Yeah.
forward.
Okay, this is informal, so we're just looking
Sure.
for feedback.
I did get a chance to,
Oh, you were.
I mean,
It did go up.
I've been out there a long time ago as well as,
Hunting.
just wet as I remember, yeah.
Yeah,
So here's the existing where it goes into now, and then it's gonna go out that much, so it'll be barely in.
Yeah, it's funny, the wetlands, because it's on stilts, it goes right up
It's
underneath the
Unbelievable.
garage. But it's all disturbed, and there's a retaining wall,
yeah.
and there's a stone wall on the side that's partway under the garage. The trampoline's definitely in the wetlands.
Oh, it looks like it, doesn't it?
It's a water trampoline.
Oh, it is. How about the bed that's in the backyard?
Yeah.
Is that?
I mean,
I wasn't gonna go with any of the other stuff.
That would make it a water bed.
It's a water bed.
it's floating about now.
I believe it.
Are you buying the property?
We're seriously considering it.
It's a relatively new septic,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe in the
12
last,
years?
yeah.
Oh,
so-
less than that, I
Less
think,
than?
because we quoted today, didn't we?
I think it's on that plan, the date of it, the big plan.
This plan here.
It might be, but I thought we were
It's
surprised.
definitely in the 2000s.
Well-
Yeah.
It looks like it might, is it a 1 or a 7?
Looks like a one.
2001.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Okay, it is older than I
over here, 2001. So,
thought. So that's good.
Oh,
but what, so your question was
Well-
whether they need to file?
Well, we know, I
Still
told
says
you,
you
you
have
have
a
to
while.
file. I did not, when I spoke to you, and until
Emily.
Emily came in, didn't know where she wanted to put the addition. And it's funny because Pat and I, today, I was telling Pat, you know, I could at least review an addition where the garage is if they want to eliminate the garage. And so I was just saying that you would have to file a notice of intent, have a wetland specialist out there. And,
Are you filling in when Pat's not in the office, or?
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm just saying now.
Yeah,
And, but there's no guarantee that this is an informal hearing.
right. But I think it's, given
It's feasible.
the disturbances and
Yeah.
stuff that's there, we would probably look for maybe some other improvements, because there's encroachment on the wetlands, and we might have to clean up some of the back edges a little bit as well.
Okay, just where the vegetation is, the big gigantic
I
snarls.
mean, I looked real quick, and this, where did that,
This is the little guy.
Pat, would they have to redelineate that?
I mean, the wetland is right up to the edge of the.
I mean, it just looks to me like
backyard.
I'm seeing a straight line that goes out the back and then jogs
Right.
in. It looked to me like it might even get a little bit closer. I think it's just like cleaning up some of the things along the back where they've been dumping some stuff, that sort of thing.
Mhm. Oh, okay, oh, I understand, all right.
And, oh, you guys are.
No, before you came, I said, this isn't something, you know, I said, if you were looking for an addition on the back of the house that was gonna encroach more, it would probably be a problem and not very likely, but this is something that actually moves it further away from the
Right.
wetland, and
What about when we need to do improvements on the deck? Even if we keep it the same size, the deck is pretty dangerous as well, so.
Yeah, I would, what I would do if I were you is, if you choose to buy this and you're gonna come in, I would think about everything you wanna do in the next 5 years or whatever, and try to have it all on this plan. You might have to extend your orders a little bit, but if you're gonna replace the footings for the deck,
Right.
but if you were thinking of like adding on over the deck, I'd tell you, you probably aren't gonna get there.
right. And if, or expanding the deck, if you just replace the deck that's there,
It's a hazard right now.
Right.
Most of the houses are
Right,
hazards, though.
right. But I think what you'd wanna do to save yourself some money is contemplate everything that you want to do around, because most of this is in this resource area somewhere. So I think about what you want to do and have that on the
And
plan.
we can file for that before we sign.
I think if it would have to be the owners, or you'd file on behalf of the owners or something like that, you'd have to have some sort, typically it's the owner of the property that files,
Okay.
right?
But I
Or
think
with a
if you're
PNS.
getting kind of an insurance.
PNS?
Yeah, with the PNS, you could, I think you could file.
Okay, that's kind of what I was wondering.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to state, usually if we do a purchase and sales, we put a clause in it that says we have the right to represent the owner in front of the town boards.
And they really sign that? Okay. Well, I think,
Great.
yeah.
That's answered a lot
But
for us.
obviously, the further you get away from the wetlands,
Yeah.
the better, or anything you can do to improve that area.
Absolutely.
I actually, though, thinking about this, I think I'm far enough down, I could be in a butter to this, all of it. But I think I abut Ed Bowen, I think you abut Ed Bowen in the back, not me. I was a little bit further, so I'll have to take a look at that. All of a sudden, I just,
Well, that's
He
all right.
can't sit in.
This is informal.
Yeah.
This-
but it's not, I think it's further,
Yeah, well, you better check.
I'll look at the assessor's
when
plan.
You file something.
Pretty vague back there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well, no, I
Good luck.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
thank you.
The deed for- oh, you were not here.
Okay.
We could do 11,
Oh, they don't.
could do 11 Ocean Drive for an informal if you'd like.
Okay. Anybody here for that? What? You got a good sweatshirt on.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? So that your name's for the record, you'd state your...
Doug Sullivan, the property owner for 11 Ocean Drive in Hummerock.
Okay.
Ken Kirby, Kirby Construction.
So what do we,
They were looking to do a deck expansion and some other work on the property. We were out there today, so we are familiar with the house. It looks like you're gonna be doing siding and other things, but if you want to just explain what the whole project entails.
So, general scope of work, we got 3 layers of roof, 3 layers of siding, going back to the original sheathing, original roof deck, placing everything, putting a 50-year roof on, regular certainty architectural shingles. We're doing we're gonna do certainty vinyl impressions. And right now, there's an existing deck. The dimensions are 8 by 15. And we are not proposing to exceed the existing footprint, but to bring the deck around at roughly.
We're gonna run the front of the house, the property, and pick up a side door.
Basically wrap the deck around the front of the house, so it picks up the side door.
Yep.
And the beaches.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like this is on
it's
the
across the
inside,
street.
right?
Yeah.
And it's up high elevation
Yeah,
wise.
Yeah.
yeah.
Increasing the deck.
Did we look at this? This house, pictures of this house, or,
No, this is,
No,
there's a
it's a
different
different
one.
one.
We went to
Yeah.
see this today.
okay. So where's the ocean?
Over here.
There's another row of houses, oceanfront,
Yeah.
and then the ocean's
Okay.
here. And this is up high elevation.
Are you gonna elevate the house?
No.
It's pretty high where they are.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked at that? To see the elevation of your house? Do you know if you're still in?
9 and 12, I believe, we had, did you ever submit?
I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's in the VE flood zone, but other than that, I don't know the exact elevation of the house.
Right.
I think the one next door, I don't know if that really doesn't matter, but
You must have a copy of your elevation certificate in your paperwork?
this is what we have, I don't know.
I don't see it here.
Oh,
Nah, you
Yeah,
got- That's just the assessor's.
Oh,
there
okay.
wasn't one on file.
Where would that be?
I'd be surprised if it was in the VE zone currently. Could it be AE zone, or is it?
It's in the VE zone then.
No,
Because,
AE.
All right, I think
Yeah.
it's in the
Yeah.
AE then.
Yeah.
The VE is velocity zone.
Right.
Because those seawalls are pretty high across the street,
Yeah.
that elevation. There's not a lot of water coming over.
My family has been there a long time,
Right.
and we're owned it for 4 or 5 years, but my wife's family's been there since the 40s, and this property is very dry. That's why we
Yeah.
bought it.
You know the town's got a program for people that need to elevate or want to elevate their home.
Yeah.
Just for flood insurance purposes and,
So it's a summer home for just my family, and that's the way we're keeping it, and that's the way I'd like to keep it forever. Hopefully I can give it to my kids someday, and they can come down in the summer, so,
If you want to check the flood zone, you can call us and we can look it up.
Okay.
Building could look it up tomorrow,
Yeah.
because there's the current flood zone and then there's the proposed, and we
Yeah.
can give you an idea whether you're going to be in a zone where you need to elevate.
okay. To be honest, I'm looking to try to drop, because I know it's so dry, I'm personally trying to get to the point where I can drop the flood insurance. If I don't have to have it, I won't have it, because the property is very dry.
You never know what Mother Nature's
Yeah,
gonna
you know,
do.
am I recorded on this? You're gonna set me the recording, right?
That's, let's face it.
Yeah,
Some people say, oh,
yeah.
we had a few years back, that February storm, we had buildings down, the harbor that they had never moved, and there was a, 78 and this and that. They moved on that one. So you just don't know, but that's your personal,
Yeah,
Can we go over this again? You have a deck.
yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to the
And you want
deck.
to expand the deck around.
right.
Yeah, not come out any further, but just,
Well, you're not, yeah.
just
but
wrap
you
it,
are-
yes, wrap it around.
And what are the footings on the deck? How are you supporting the deck?
It'll be 10-inch sonotubes.
So basically, he's asking us, does he need an RDA or no?
in my opinion, would be an RDA.
Me too.
You'd be filing an RDA, which is a simplified filing. Now, you don't really need an RDA for your roof or siding or
Right.
things like that. You need that basically to expand your deck, or are you planning any other earthwork or landscaping or
Not
anything?
at all, no, just want to keep it exactly the same.
Okay. So you'd file an RDA for the deck. In the meantime, if you're gonna start, like on a roof project or something, the only thing we'd be looking for is, where you're gonna place the dumpster, and you can talk to Pat about
Yeah,
that, making sure that materials aren't flying off onto the beach or something.
yeah.
We don't have any purview over your color of your shingles or your siding or anything else.
It's not Nantucket.
Nope.
And the equipment you're bringing in, you digging the sonotubes?
Just by hand, yeah.
The young guys.
So I'm sorry that this is my first run through this. What is an RDA?
An RDA is a request for a determination. It's a
Yeah.
form that you could get online, or, and if you had a question or two, Pat could
Okay.
probably help you out. But essentially, you'll file that with the commission. There's a fee for that. You probably want to show
Footing
some
plan.
footings, yeah, like locate your footings on
Yeah,
this
that's
plan. Maybe in relation to your plot plan or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I got here.
You know, kind of the stuff that the building inspector would look for as well.
Yeah.
And we'll need to know what zone it's in. I mean, assuming that's not in the VE zone then, but
Yeah.
if it's in the VE zone, then there's different things that,
It couldn't be in a VE
No,
zone. Yeah.
it's not in the velocity
Yeah,
zone.
no.
So just find out the flood
We
zone.
can't see water from there.
And the RDA is, you're required to notify, put a notice in the paper, so when a butter could come to a public hearing and, question what you were doing, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
neighbors should be, they're welcoming the improvement. It doesn't look very good the way it is now.
Yeah, no
Okay.
windows, though.
Yeah, new windows.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Get the vinyl behind the meter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I think you could, basically, you'll file for that.
Okay, so we fill that out, fill it out tomorrow. I can fill that out?
Bring it up.
Yep.
Town hall,
Yep.
and then we'll schedule.
And then it'll get advertised, and we'll schedule you for a regular meeting for that, okay? But like I say, in the meantime, if you want to go to the building inspector and get a
Yeah,
permit
we have the permit already.
for your other work,
Yeah,
that's...
I have it. I have the permit. I'll include those papers in and I can sign off. I put on here, we'll be filing with conservation, so.
Okay, so you can't start the deck until you've gone through that process,
Okay.
okay?
So, we're gonna, do you wanna keep this under one permit, or?
I can give this to Neil, I'll give this back to him, signing off saying that
Alright.
we're not holding him up. You just have to
Alright.
file with us.
Alright, so I'll come down tomorrow.
Whether he wants you to have one for the rest of the building and then another one for the deck, that's up to Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that he was okay with everything, so it was just this.
And then there'd be a reasonable chance we could get down here the third meeting, or third?
I'm not sure.
Okay. It'll depend on the scheduling.
If you
Okay.
want all the spec, I can give it to you now.
Alright.
You can give it to him.
Alright, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Pat?
So if you give this to me, I'll go.
Which one of you guys are humming?
What are we gonna do exactly?
Must be Paul. It's bound to be ringing because I forgot to shut it off.
Ken might be able to do it too.
Can we do Galvin? Or do we want to finish up any of these other ones?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's Neil. Yeah.
That's not Galvin.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
Take care.
We're going to do that SRDA, Pat? Or who's in the room for,
Let's see.
He should be here.
Yeah, 66.
is that you?
Oh, I notice of intent.
On April 2nd, 2014, during the 6:15 meeting, the Town Hall Situate Conservation Commission will act on the request of Thomas P. Galvin, Scituate Boat Club, for determination of applicability of the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act and the Scituate Wetlands Bylaw to raise and rebuild a 25-foot block wall, cord foundation, and footing on property located at 66 Jericho Road, Scituate. Abutters and interested parties are invited to attend. Hey,
Hi, I'm Tom Gavin.
I'm sorry,
representing the boat
I'm saying Galvin.
That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
Not related.
right.
happened my whole life.
Surprised Pat didn't correct me right away.
He just got cheated out of a few letters. His name, that's all.
Go ahead. Listen.
I'm representing the Scituate Boat Club. I'm the chairman of the House Committee there. And what we're proposing to do is, we have a settling issue in one of the corners of the building. And we're going to raise that, it's a concrete block structure with a shed roof. We're going to raise that concrete block, dig out the old footing, go in with a new footing, a new poured wall up to the grade elevation, and then continue with a 7-foot block wall. And it wraps around the corner, heading to the east for 12 feet.
Is there a plot plan or anything that shows?
Yeah. gave some,
Yeah, I have one here.
this is a site plan.
So where's the work?
Here's Jericho Road.
Yeah,
This is the work right here, this corner. It used to be a porch.
okay,
The rest of the building's fine, but for some reason this corner is settled.
okay.
So they want to go down, dig it up, and replace it.
Okay.
There's a jog in the wall there that returns 2 feet.
So that's about where you're gonna
That's where
stop?
we're gonna stop there, yeah. We're gonna do that return wall, just, you know, the whole corner.
Sure. Okay.
And this is what it looks like,
Yeah,
and we've been caulking it for years, and
okay.
they'd like to replace it at this time.
That's good. Penny?
No, I don't have any questions.
Bill?
Nope.
Paul?
No questions.
Lisa?
Nope.
Pat?
No, it's the back wall, it's not the water-facing wall.
Right.
Right.
Nobody else in the audience for that? Pretty,
So I make a motion for -3?
Second?
that's a good thing. A -3 is a good.
That's good, that means yes.
So the only thing we'd want to do is make sure, like, the earth that you're going to wind up tearing this down and digging it out,
Yeah.
that maybe you put some hay bales or
Right, we're gonna go
something.
from this east wall, this is a concrete ramp.
Yep.
That they use like for launching dinghies and sailing
Yep,
kids' boats. So we're gonna go from this wall right up, and it steps up there. You see a railroad tie up, it's actually a concrete wall there, about a
Okay.
foot. So we're gonna run them over there, and then this is the yacht club fence.
great.
So we're gonna stake that.
Yeah, just so that no silt or anything like that goes down there, and that'd be good.
All right.
Good, sure.
We had a second, but we haven't had a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good luck.
You guys have it, no -3s?
I see it on
It's the one place in -2.
Yeah.
Well, it's good if someone says, is my house on fire, and you go negative. Negative.
Well, that's true, that's,
There you go. Do you want to do Moran? Do we have anybody here for that? Or is that going to be continued again? Oh, is that the one that we keep continuing?
He just, we never heard it, he gave green flags, and he continued it until tonight.
it's a tight
What
thing.
time?
That's weird.
6:30.
Well, let's do our other stuff. And
Yeah.
wait on this a little.
Oh, you know? All right, thanks.
So River Cleanup Day, is it this weekend?
No, it's
April
April
12th,
12th.
next.
12.
Okay.
And it's the same day as North-South River and the town cleanup, right? Isn't that
Right,
Scituate Cleanup Day or something?
Ship shape day.
Ship shape.
yeah.
Oh, is Ship Shape Day that early?
We should be more involved in this. We never
Moved it up.
seem to, I mean,
I
the
thought it was
did a-
usually when I'm
we
away.
did have water.
Late.
North and South River has a picnic at the Driftway Park, and they work hard to clean up that area.
Yeah.
DPW works with the people on Ship Shape
Shape.
Day. You know?
3 times faster.
Yeah, no.
Tongue twister.
On TV, come
Yeah,
on.
not the first time.
Okay. Well, anybody that's interested in participating, do they put a big push on down at Humrock for that?
There's a same group that cleans up,
Okay.
Yeah.
usually
Our-
at Rich Mahana's house.
Our neighborhood all gets together and does our hood too, so, yeah.
It's amazing how much debris around after this winter. It's awful.
I could have a lobster fleet with all the lobster pots and the
Buoys and
lines.
stuff that's all washed
I
up.
mean, some of it's so heavy, I couldn't even drag it. I had to try to cut it just to take it off the beach.
Wow.
I used to bring the buoys home that I found on the beach till I got to about 60, and I don't need any more of these.
Now you look like a hoarder.
Yeah,
You sell them when you retire, Paul.
that's right.
Okay. Damon property, so that is a CPC article for town meeting, is 40 acres on Clap Road that Maxwell Trust has brought to the Community Preservation Act, and it's been endorsed by Community Preservation, and we've been going around town to various boards for a bit, and as of right now, so it will be voted on at town meeting, and right now, the selectmen have endorsed the purchase of that property. The advisory board is concerned about the amount of open space we've got, so they did not endorse that. But I think there's concerns is how much money they have to spend and how much CPC spending this year in general. I don't, they had thought that it wasn't a good piece of property to buy, it's just how much money they're spending. I shouldn't speak for them, but that's my understanding.
Okay.
So, personally, I'm very much in favor of acquiring it. It's a big piece of open space that's adjacent to the South Swamp and near other property that we've been acquiring. And hopefully that we get good support at town meeting for that piece of property. Penny or anybody else want to chime in?
No, so far we've been very fortunate every time you just mention open space when it gets on the floor and it's a vote in, so I certainly hope that we go that route again this year.
14th, right?
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
14th town meeting, and it's always fun.
Frank, it might be good to make sure that someone's at town meeting that can speak in rebuttal to what may come up.
No, I'm planning on,
Well,
Yeah.
Frank will be
Okay.
there.
We got a great guy for that.
I think some folks are concerned with the amount of property that we've acquired in the past and how is it getting used, and that's one of the reasons for trying to get moving forward with some of the recommendations from the Conway School and other things. You know, we want to get these parking areas going, we want to get some more trails in. I think it's important to note that it's right adjacent to the South Swamp, which is core habitat, and so these upland pieces support that in a big way. Community preservation isn't to be used to prevent development, but if this property were sold on the open market, it would, certainly could be a 25-home subdivision, not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but there's also wetlands that surround this on the other side. There's a really classic vernal pool. Someday I'm going to get Pat out there and a couple of, it's as good as the picture that's on this map in the hallway, or better. And part of this has a watershed that goes into our water resource area. So I think it's a fairly important piece of property to try to acquire. And it would be a nice piece to add to what we've already assembled, and then it'll join the South Swamp, so it just is for a large contiguous piece of property, essentially, for protection.
Maybe we'll do a swamp romp next winter.
So the other good part is that the Damon family really wants this to be kept open space.
right.
They're very adamant about that, and I think they're willing to sell it to the town at a reduced price over what they could sell it for on the open market.
Yeah, what are they getting?
It's like 800,000,
Yeah, but, you don't know what.
but what they could get,
Oh,
you know.
no, I know, at least double, if not triple.
Well,
that.
I don't know, triple, but
At least
it would
double.
be substantially more.
Yeah.
So we think that it's a good value for the town. Just hope to get good support at town meeting for it.
Yeah, we've worried before about a few pieces, and
No, but I think people at town meeting have to understand the reasons for acquiring it. It's not just for a couple of trails that go through the woods, although that'll be nice. It protects other resource areas, including our drinking water and the South Swamp. So it's not just so that a few people can take a walk in the woods.
No.
There's a lot more pieces to that.
exactly.
Do you have to attend town meeting?
Yeah, he does.
Okay,
But he can't vote.
Right.
okay.
They put a muzzle on
So
him, right?
if we could just keep that in mind and as many people can attend, would be great.
We can vote, right?
Oh, yeah.
Private citizens.
Steve, did you, any thoughts on,
On Damon?
yeah, no. Well, you can tell us that too.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the Damon piece is a great piece for the town to get. I mean, it's an awesome piece of property, and it is fully developable if the town doesn't
It's
buy
all
it.
upland.
So just figured
It's
I'd
one of the
close
few.
that
Yeah,
out.
thanks.
You have a message from Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he apologizes for not coming in tonight, but they don't have the approval that they need yet from the DEP, I guess. So he'd like to try and continue to get on to the next meeting.
Okay. Can we motion to continue?
Well-
Thank you for doing that.
Moran?
He won't be forgiven for not calling.
He
But
sounded
I'm-
concerned when I called him. It was like it slipped.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of little kids.
Well, that's,
Like
oh, and he
a
just sold his house, and he's trying to find one. Okay.
Any other news you want to spread about the guy while we're?
I was gonna say, surely someone in the family's sick and elderly.
No, nobody's sick, everybody's happy.
There's always
Come
a
on, let's
sick.
go, Paul. We're gonna,
Everybody, I'm trying. I make a motion to continue 46 Townway Extension to
I'm gonna lose my bet with Paul in 3 minutes.
April 16th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. You have a bet?
He said,
Oh,
there's no way
you
in
know
heck we'd
what?
be out of here.
6:30.
Okay.
Thank you, Carol. Frank had me so flustered, I forgot the time.
So what's the continue date?
April 16th
Okay.
at 6:30.
We have somebody from 6:15 to 6:35 or 6:40 that night. Who do
No, we
have?
don't.
Mass Audubon.
Well, it isn't on here.
Well, put it in.
Isn't that when they're on, Carol? The next
If it's
meeting?
not on there, then no. Is it on the?
Well, it said, but it doesn't give any time. It just said NSRW.
Oh, that's not.
Restoring flow and hearing to the first, it didn't say any time.
Yeah, I think they would, that's Samantha Woods. That was gonna be like 6:15 to.
Let's spring,
Well,
we'll spring
that's
her
all right.
early.
So as soon as she's done, because the next one after that is until 7. So as soon as
That's
they're
right.
done, we'll go to.
That's good.
Townway.
Yeah, and if
It
he has
is
to
enough.
wait a little while, he didn't show tonight, so.
Yeah,
that'll-
that's right.
All right, let's go.
We're all set.
6:30?
Yep, 6:30.
All right. Orders and conditions, DPW Musquashkett Pond.
I make a motion, we accept the orders as written
Which one?
for Musquashkett Pond.
No, all the ones that Carol
Yeah, the-
sent out, which
The
one?
third one or the fourth one?
Oh, the last one, the last one.
Okay.
Last and final, last and
That's-
final, unless there's another one on the way now.
That's the only one I bothered to read, was the
I'll second
last
that
one.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is it Cubellis?
$2, yeah.
55 Collier, addition and patio.
Yeah, I make a motion to accept the orders as written for 55 Collier.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Rafferty, 135 River Street.
I make a motion, we accept 135 River Street as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good job, Carol.
Finally.
Well, that's okay. Good job.
Stockbridge Landing.
Stockbridge Landing, the adjudicatory hearing is still on at this point. We're trying to get a settlement outside of the hearing process. And John Chessier is involved in reviewing a revised plan from the property owner. And there's still some concerns about the protection of the drinking water supply. So we have a meeting with Jim Toomey tomorrow afternoon. And then we're going to try to meet again with John Chessier. That may be Monday, I'm not sure.
Saga goes on.
It does go on. But on the other hand, 305 Country Way is resolved and
I saw that.
They,
They
they.
withdrew.
withdrew.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that adjudicatory hearing won't go forward there. It's
Okay.
done. So.
And then how about Old Oaken Bucket Road?
Old Oaken Bucket Road, okay. The person, Bruce Bulk from the Water Division at DEP, has pulled the whole area where the bog is and where the diversionary structure is out of the Zone A. So he feels that the diversionary structure will drain all the water that's coming from the bog away from the drinking water supply. But some of the abutters and some of the people who have been involved in the past don't necessarily agree, so they've come to town hall to try to get a meeting with Tricia. And there was also some work done on the diversionary ditch and in the stream, and did the town take the proper steps in allowing that? Because
Okay.
there's easements, and one of the people who believes they had an easement may not have been notified in the way she thought she should have been.
Huh.
Does that really involve us at this point? Or will it just be the
Well-
town and,
Well, if it's a Zone A, that's not us, but if they're working in a wetlands,
Yeah, there were two questions. One, was it part of the cranberry operation that he was allowed to do to maintain it under Chapter 61? He was looking for that
Farming
documentation.
exception. Yeah.
We didn't have it at the time. He's still looking for it. The other thing is, he did do work along the brook to get to the diversionary structure. And we had issued a minor activities permit based on a letter from DEP saying the town is required to keep that thing working, so.
so we kind of did our job.
Yeah, except for it might be appealed, like our permit may be
But we
appealed.
still did our
Yeah, oh
job.
yeah, we did what appeared to be the correct thing.
Right.
you can't win sometimes.
Anybody can appeal.
Yeah, you can't control, it's out of
No,
your
you
hands.
can't.
You just make
But
your
they did
decision.
file with us what they were supposed to. Do we have any issues with that?
No, he pretty much explained what was to be done. In the structure, I don't know if anybody's been out to it, it's cemented together, it appeared to be, directing the water. The other issue that came up was if you get a really big storm, does it go around this structure? And Bruce Boak didn't feel like it would, or if it did, it wouldn't be enough to even influence the wetland beyond it. So he was happy with it.
Next time you're gonna go out to that, I might, it's been a long time since I've been out there. The next parade that you have to,
Yeah, we'll have a notice for a house across the street pretty soon too, anyway, so we could walk out at the same time.
okay,
Double header.
That's it.
okay. Deed for open space?
We already did that.
Yeah, we do need to
Done.
sign that though.
Oh, that was for Fern?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we took
Okay,
care of
good.
that before you came.
Okay. So what else?
Minutes?
Wait a minute. I thought there was something else, but I guess not. I make a motion that we accept the minutes of March 5th as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Really?
Wow,
Really?
a record.
The
Really?
only other thing I
704.
did want to bring up is that the letter that Pat had sent to Mr. Conway about the fence out
Fence,
in the,
yeah.
he did come in and he said, I knew I should have filed, blah, blah, blah. I do think we need to send him something stating that we'd like you to file within 2 weeks or something. I personally would hate for this to be dragged out all summer.
Okay.
He should have filed, he didn't file.
What did he do?
He put a fence
that?
out in the resource area on
Okay.
the property where his son lives, on 55 Collier.
Uh-huh.
If you look out there, you can't help but see it.
Do we give him an enforcement or anything, or just a show
Violation
cause?
letter, so,
Okay.
and we met, and he agreed that he would have to file, but as Penny mentioned, there was no deadline, you have to file by.
Okay.
And I'm afraid it will,
Yeah, just
this was
slip.
the letter, Frank, that was sent him.
Yeah.
He came in and,
With the Bruins thing on it?
yes, we sent that with the buffalo wings.
Carol couldn't find any environmental pictures that day, so.
The buffalo wings looks good.
All right.
But I just think that we really need to give a time.
So we'll
frame.
give him till the next meeting?
I'd send him a note and say we'd like it in 2 weeks, the note.
Do you want to take it over there?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right, let's send the letter.
Well, I could go visit, couldn't I? Maybe have tea.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, I guess that's,
Do we have anything else?
If you want to see it.
No.
Are we meeting at the end of the month? Do we have a meeting on the,
no, we have a meeting the 16th, and then we don't meet again until May.
Till the 7th, yeah, it's a
7th of
3-week.
May.
When you go first and fourth, or
Yeah.
first and third, this is the,
well, I don't know, I thought that
lucky
was going to be
month.
like a big deal that we're going to have to meet one more time, so I was just surprised that we're okay.
one less time.
Next meeting is gonna be heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
Next
All right, well, then
time.
let's get out of here tonight and
Yeah.
rest up.
I make a
Yeah,
motion
yeah.
to adjourn. Go home.
Second, do you have enough hours in to get paid for this? All right,
4-hour minimum.
all in favor?
Even up,
Aye.
you get 11 o'clock next time.
You and I wanna go.
Since I have been on this